So hello everyone, my name is Rohit Prabhu, and in today's session we will be talking about our project, which is a voice-controlled home automation system using MicroPython. So basically, in this project, we use voice commands in order to control the home appliances like lights, fans, etc.
Hello everyone, my name is Rahul. I'll be explaining the components required today. Um, Software and hardware is required to do any project. So let's start with software. So we'll be using Linux system. We recommend Ubuntu. You can use anything else also. So you have to download the latest Python 3. Uh, you'll have to download R shell, that is a part of Python, and you have to download two libraries: PyAudio, speech recognition, the very important libraries. And we use Windows system also here, but we use Windows system only to change the firmware of Node MCU. We'll be changing the firmware of Node MCU to MicroPython, which is Python basically, so it's no different. And hardware part, uh, you can use any number channel relay you want, like 2 channel relay, 4 channel, 8 channel relay. It doesn't matter. It depends on what you want to do to your project. We'll be using Node MCU, that is ESP8266. Uh, you can use a microphone, an external microphone if you want. That is if your PC's microphone isn't that efficient. Uh, and extra wires like jumper wires or uh, anything that you need to do the project.
Okay, so now moving on to the working principle of our project. Firstly, we got to realize one thing is that there are two separate devices in this project. One acts as the server and one acts as a client. So basically, a wireless connection is established between the two using TCP/IP sockets. So now TCP/IP sockets is one of the most widely used networking protocols these days. So basically, once a wireless connection is established, as seen in this diagram on the left, the server what the server does is it takes voice commands as from the user, basically using a mic. It records your commands, then it converts this voice commands into a string, a character string basically. So basically it converts your voice commands into a sentence, and then in order to send this information wirelessly to the client, the server converts the character string into a stream of bytes, and once it converts it to a stream of bytes, it sends it to the client. So the client, on the other hand, what it does is it receives the stream of bytes which was sent by the server. It converts that stream of bytes back to the string of characters, and based on what the character string says, this client will perform appropriate actions. For example, if it says turn on light, the client will turn on the light. Or in case if if an invalid command is sent, the client will send back a response saying that an invalid command was sent, and the server will send the command again. Okay, so now that we saw how the project works, basically how the working principle, now let us move on and see what are the tasks which happen on both the server side and the client side. So let's take the server side first. So the very first step that occurs on the server side is the creation of a socket object. So once the socket object is created, the next step is binding. So the binding is basically a process in which a socket is assigned a port number. So basically a socket address consists of an IP address and a port number. If a socket just has an IP address, it won't be able to receive data. It would also need a port number in order to form the whole address. Therefore, we perform this thing, an action known as socket binding. So once the socket is binded, the socket is now ready to listen for connections, saying that yes, I am ready to accept connections. So basically now the socket is in the listening state. So now so once a client sends a connecting request to the server, the socket accepts the connection. So it is after step 4 that a wireless connection would have been established between the server side and the client side. So now the server side, what it does is it takes voice commands, converts it to character string. It converts the character string to a stream of bytes, and it sends it to the client. So these are the 6 steps which occur on the server side. So now moving on to the client side, firstly a socket object is formed. So once the socket object is formed, the client uses the server's IP address and the port address in order to connect to the server. So once the client sends us a connection request, and once the server side accepts the connection, the server now sends data to the client. So once the client receives the data, which is the stream of bytes, the the client converts the stream of bytes to string. So based on what character string says, the client will perform appropriate actions.
Moving on, let's see the steps for coding. So our codes are available on a GitHub page. You can download them and make changes as we go, as we tell you how to do here. Make sure your server PC and your client, that is NodeMCU, both are connected to the same Wi-Fi. So now let's see how to change our server code. Firstly, on your server PC, in the terminal, you have to type this code or the command called ifconfig. When you type this command, you will get few devices connected to the internet. So there'll be a device called ETH0. So in this device, you will have to copy the IPv4 address, that is your local LAN address. After copying this address, you have to paste it in your server code as mentioned in the code. Now let's see the client side. In the client code, you'll have to enter your Wi-Fi name and the password, and you have to paste the IPv4 address of the server in the client code as well. So client code is saved in NodeMCU, so that file must be named as main.py. But your server side code can be any name you desire, so that's not a problem. But again, your client code must be named as main.py. Moving on to hardware connections, let's see the components. So here we are using a NodeMCU, and we are using channel relays. You can use N channel relays, like how many ever electrical appliances you want to connect to. And we are using a 9-volt battery. We are using a 9-volt battery here because NodeMCU input voltage range varies from 5 volts to 10 volts. So now we are using 220 to 240 volts mains because electrical appliances need that much. And when you are playing around with 240 volts, be careful because it can shock you. And now let's see the connections. We are using D0 and D1 to connect to our 2-channel relay. Since NodeMCU is changed to MicroPython firmware, D0 and D1 are changed to GPIO 16 and GPIO 5. Okay, so now relays. Relays have 3 pins. One is VCC, one is ground, and one is data pin. Data pin has 1 for to connect and 0 to not connect, and relay on the other side has 3 pins. One is a common pin, one is NC, that is normally closed, and one is NO, that is normally open. If you want to check out how a relay works, please Google it. And now the 9-volt battery is connected to V-in of NodeMCU and ground. So that's how it's connected. And the electrical appliances are connected in this manner just for testing purpose. But you can connect however you want as per your needs. This circuit changes like as per the number of relays increase.
So finally, guys, this is our GitHub page where named Voice Controlled Home Automation using MicroPython. This is the name of the repository. Our GitHub page's name is embedded_enthusiast. So in this page, we have basically uploaded all the code which you need: the server code, the client code, and we have also included a video demonstration on how the project works. And last but not the least, we have included a complete guide which is in the form of a PDF. So basically, you can refer to this guide in order to connect the circuits, in order to code the server end and the client end, in order to program the ESP8266. Everything you need is in this guide. So feel free to use it.
Now let us see the demonstration. Here we haven't connected any electrical appliances as such, but you can see as we give the voice command, the relay turns on and turns off accordingly.
Turn on fan. Turn on fan. Turn on light. Turn off fan. Turn off light. So guys, I hope you got a clear understanding of how the project works, and I hope you understood the hardware connections and the various concepts that are involved in this project. If in case you have any doubt, feel free to use to refer to our GitHub page. And if you need further clarification, our GitHub ID, our email ID is available on the GitHub page. So feel free to contact us. Have a nice day. Thank you.